Trevor Alonso, and I'm going to talk about the 2024 Academy Awards, otherwise known as the Oscars. Okay, as far as Academy Award shows go, this was around average. Nothing really crazy happened. The speeches were pretty decent. The runtime was surprisingly on time. Of course, it's always long, and it seems like they could cut corners every now and then. Of course, the stars all came out in great dress attire. Jimmy Kimmel as the host was okay. From what I understand, some people really hated him as the host this year. I just thought it was like, okay. For me, there really wasn't any huge disappointments in who won and who lost. There was a lot of strong contenders this year. Okay, I'm going to go over some of the highlights. Best Supporting Actress went to Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Production design went to Poor Things. There was a really funny bit with John Cena where he was supposed to be streaking across the stage, I guess reminiscent of that streaker from the 70s. But the joke was John Cena chickened out at the last minute and instead was supposed to hand out the award for Best Costume Design, which was really funny how they did it. John Cena is really good at comedy lately, and Best Costume Design went to Poor Things. Best Foreign Film went to Zone of Interest. Now, there was a section that was a tribute to stunts in movies. Okay, let's talk about how the Oscars paid tribute to stunt performers in movies, but still, they do not give out an award for stunts. They had the stars of the upcoming movie The Fall Guy, which is based on a TV show. In the movie, it's about a stuntman who's trying to solve an actual mystery on his set. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt came out to introduce the clip. And to be honest, I thought they were about to announce that they're going to start giving out an award for stunts. Nope. It feels a little weird that even the Oscars acknowledge stunt performers, but they still don't give out an award for stunts. Best Supporting Actor went to Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. Okay, the one movie I was really rooting for this year, in this next category, Best Effects. Godzilla -1 won. That movie was amazing. I've said it before, that was the most realistic looking Godzilla that I've ever seen in a movie. Okay, Hollywood's probably going to take a lot of notes from this movie, because they only use an effects team of 30 people. When a lot of big budget movies that spend more money and don't look as good as this, use at least 30 effects houses to make a movie. That's a huge difference. Also, the people that worked on this movie only worked on this movie at a time, and they weren't crunched for effects, meaning that they weren't given a short period or like pushed more further and added more effects as the movie's going on. No, they had a list, they went by it, the effects company was given enough time to actually make the movie instead of let's rush this out, also do this movie and this movie at the same time. So hopefully Hollywood takes note from this. Best Editing went to Oppenheimer. Best Score also went to Oppenheimer. It was at this point when I was wondering, I thought, okay, it's up to Oppenheimer or Killers of the Flower Moon or even Barbie who could win Best Picture. But at this point I was starting to think it's either Oppenheimer or Poor Things. The best song went to What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish for the movie Barbie. Best Actor went to Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. Best Director went to Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Chris Nolan. Chris Nolan. Sorry for the really lame Limp Bizket joke. Best Actress went to Emma Stone. My wife actually guessed that one correctly. Best Picture went to Oppenheimer. Okay, if there was ever a year that the Best Picture needed a confirmation whenever it was announced, it was this year. It was starting to be the perfect storm all over again. Because the year La La Land was announced, Emma Stone had won Best Actress. Jimmy Kimmel even made a joke like, tear up that envelope, since last time that envelope went back into circulation, and then it got read as Best Picture. And on top of that, the presenter for Best Picture was Al Pacino, and it was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of The Godfather. But he seemed like he was a little not fully prepared. Maybe they should have put Diane Keaton up there. She was in The Godfather. Also, Francis Ford Coppola. All three should have been up on stage. And it was unusual that he didn't read off all the names of who was nominated. He went straight to opening the envelope, which threw everybody off. And he even said, I see with my eyes it says Oppenheimer. You can feel the tension of, okay, is it? Kind of watching for a minute like, Was he right? Did Al Pacino go senile? Did he miss it? Okay, like I said, it wasn't that controversial. It was a decent Oscars. Everything ran on time-ish. I'm kind of glad they started an hour early. Because sometimes it's 11 or 11:30 when it ends. I remember as a kid when it would start at 7 and it would end near 10 and it would be fine. And those years people complained about how long that ran. Now it seems to be going on longer and longer. I will say for the memoriam part, they need to quit showing the screen within a screen on TV. And what I mean by that is they showed a stage, they showed a screen on the stage, and that's where all the names and all the actors and everyone who died this past year's picture is. But then they focus on the performers on stage. It kind of takes away from that. And also on some of the names and stuff, it's so small, it's like I have to pause the TV just to read it. Especially when they go through names really fast. Just focus on the clips of the people who died. I don't care about the dancers on the stage at that point. Make that for the musical numbers, not for this. Okay, so again, overall it was decent. And of course, every time I think, I missed a lot of movies this past year. Tell me what you think in the comments. Were you hoping somebody else won? Did you guess the best picture right? Thank you for watching my video.